The movie will give you clear picture of the remarkable fights of mafia with police department. The murderers of a super rich businessman struggles to flee while the police plays cat and mice race with them. The only thing that will astound you that the actual theme of the movie is a bit rebellious to its name when you'll see a tiny bit amount of snow in it. Although that snow fight is marvelous and worth watching it. The movie starts with a mafia member stealing land in a civilian area. At first he plans to build a place in that town for his drug business. A police agent named Zoe, on the other hand, is waiting for the right time to catch the mafia boss. When the time comes, Zoe and his men come out and start chasing him right away. Zoe quickly traps the mafia, but the man refuses to give up and says he will jump off the building if the police don't let them arrest him. Luckily, Lee, Zoe's assistant, is able to catch him and take him to the police station. Zoe is asked by the police chief to focus on the Mayfield land case after he has caught the mafia. At that point, the police chief wants to get to the bottom of the problem, because the mafia will keep hurting regular people. The mafia, on the other hand, is meeting to talk about their recently caught oldest leader. Fun, an ambitious member, wants to become the new boss of the group. But the throne is given to Wong, another man who is thought to be the smartest. Zoe, Lee, and the cops also show up to talk to them about their oldest brother. Seeing the police arrive makes someone act well right away and promise to work with them until the case is over. Fun is very angry about this though. When he gets back to his base, he gets into a fight to get rid of his anger. Funny thing is that Fun doesn't like how friendly Wong is with the cops and doesn't think someone like that should be in charge of the group. He also thinks that the cops will think less of the mafia if they always play the victim. Fun's younger brother Fang knows this and comes up with a plan to kill Zoe so that the two of them can take over the whole company right away. Fang talks to a hitman named Zhang. Zhang is one of China's most dangerous killers and he always kills his targets. That's when Fang tells Zhang to kill Zoe. But Fang will pay him after the task is over, and he will settle the payment according to the price they agreed on. On the other hand, Wong and his goons are having a party right now. Wong is glad that he told the truth to the cops and won't be linked to the land-grabbing case. After having a good time at the party, he leaves the restaurant to smoke. But soon after, Zhang shows up and kills him. After that, Zhang hides out in a remote area to burn everything that could be used against him, including his motorcycle. The police chief tells Zoe and Lee the next day to look into the murder case from the night before. The case has to be solved within 3 days. The police chief says that the murder has something to do with the land seizure case. Zoe quickly gathers information after hearing his commander's order, even though he only has a short time to do so. Zoe and Lee go to see Wong's wife, Janzi, right away without waiting. At that time, Zoe and Lee ask Janzi about her relationship with Wong. It turned out that Janzi had to marry Wong because her dad owed a lot of money. When Zoe hears this, she starts to think that Janzi might be the one who planned Wong's death. She says the claim is false and that she has no desire to take Wong's money. Soon after, Zoe goes to see Fun and Fang at their office. Without delay, Zoe asks if the two mafias have killed Wong. This is because Zoe knows that Fun will take over the organization's power if Wong dies. Fang gets very angry when Zoe accuses him of something and almost charges, but Fun stops him. Zoe gets word that the killer's motorcycle has been found after coming back from Fun's offices. After that, Zoe and Lee go right away to the place that was mentioned. As soon as Zoe gets there, he starts gathering all the proof he can find and looking up the motorcycle's engine number. Fun goes to see Fang that night. He looks stressed. Then Fang tells Fun that the cops have found proof of the murder, so they need to figure out a way to stay out of trouble. After that, they finally decide to kill the hitman Zhang. Meanwhile, at the police station, Yuan, one of Zoe's co-workers, comes in with news that the killer has been caught and his hiding place has been found. When Zoe, Lee, and Yuan found out this, they went straight to the place that was named. When Zoe gets there, he tells his soldiers to spread out, but they can't fight without Zoe's orders so they don't hurt civilians. On the other hand, Fang calls Zhang and tells him to go to a certain spot to pick up the payment. Fang has already prepared a car for the escape. When Zhang hears the news, he comes out of hiding and goes to the place Fang told him to go. At the same time, Zhou tells Li and Yuan to follow Zhang and keep an eye on him from afar. When Zhang gets to where the money is being picked up, the cops see him grab a bag and walk up to a car, getting ready to run away. The cops ambush him right away because they don't want to lose track of him. While this is going on, Fun and Fang are watching from afar. They actually had a bomb ready to go in Zhang's car to kill him, but their plan is thwarted when the cops show up. As soon as Zhou and his team catch Zhang, they gather all the proof and tell their commander what they found. But all of a sudden, there is a huge blast inside the car. When Fun sees this, he gets mad at Fang for letting the bomb go off without thinking. But Li was hurt in the explosion, so Zhou and the other police officers who are still alive go to the hospital right away to save him. Zhou looks very sad and guilty outside of the treatment room because she wasn't able to protect Li. After that, Zhou says she will not let the criminals get away. Not long after that, Zhang wakes up badly hurt in the infirmary. Zhou and the police chief go to see him to find out who planned to kill Wang. He finally tells the police that Fun and Fang hired Zhang after being questioned. At the same time, Fang goes to see Janzi, who is still connected to the family. It turns out that Janzi was also part in the plan to kill her husband. Fang talks Janzi and Fun out of leaving town before the cops can catch them. The next morning, Fun and his followers packed up their things and were getting ready to go hide. Others were getting their things in order, but Fang was still waiting for Janzi to show up. Not long after that, the cops showed up and surrounded the headquarters. It was more important for Fun and Fang to avoid going to jail than to worry about their coworkers, so they ran away right away. When Zhou saw this, she went after them right away. In a tight spot, Fun had no choice but to fight Zhou. For some reason, Fun was able to beat Zhou, even though Zhou was one of the toughest cops around. Zhou rose again though and went after Fun. While they were chasing, Janzi came along to save Fun and Fang, and the three of them took off in a car. Zhou quickly caught up after that, and a chase began. The chase had to end though, because Zhou couldn't see through the broken glass of the police car. Right then, Zhou smashed the window and, because he was a detective, kept chasing them even though he lost sight of them. At the same time, Fun and Fang went to the offices of a mafia boss named Lao, who used to be on their side. At that point, Fun threatened to kill Lao if he didn't give him the money. Lao didn't want to give up the money, but he had to. He called the cops in secret for help. But Fun found out and beat Lao very badly. At the same time, Zhou's tire blew out right in front of Fun's car, which let Zhou catch the thieves again. Not long after that, Fun and the others chose to go to the northern region. They got there, but Zhou was already at the door, and there was another fight. Zhou then immobilized Fun and had one last move that would have killed him, but Fang ran in and stabbed Zhou in the arm with a knife, starting the fight all over again. Even though Fun was stronger than Zhou, Zhou won after beating Fun. Right away, Zhou put handcuffs on him, but Fun got up and shocked Zhou, then escaped again. Zhou found out that Fun and Fang had run away again when she woke up, so she went after them. But Zhou was approached again by one of Fun's employees. Luckily, Lao could help Zhou because Fun had already beaten Lao, so Zhou didn't have to work too hard to beat Fun's man. Lao also gave Zhou a motorbike so that Zhou could follow Fun. Fun, Fang, and Janzi, on the other hand, had gone into the snowy forest area before crossing the city line. They went to a cabin to treat Fang's wound. At that point, Fun held the cabin owner hostage so they wouldn't call the cops. After that, Janzi began to treat Fang's wound, while Fun planned to find the closest clinic and buy some medicine for it. Fang told Janzi to go with Fun so they could get away before Zhou got there. When he heard this, Fun gave Fang a gun before he left so that he could protect himself until Fun came back with the medicine. Not long after that, Fun and Janzi started their trip. But in the middle of it, Janzi started to doubt Fun because he was driving toward the border instead of the clinic. Fun finally told the cops that he was ready to let Fang die alone as long as he could get away from them. When Janzi heard this, she couldn't believe what Fun said, so she grabbed Fun's gun and pointed it at him. Fun didn't listen to the threat though, and instead kicked Janzi out of the car. Zoe, on the other hand, was still following Fun and Fang's car tracks to find them. After some time, Zoe finally found the shack where Fang was staying. When Zoe got there, she saw bloody trails going into the cabin. This made Zoe sure that Fun had gone through that area. Inside the house, Fang was on high alert and had his gun ready. Zoe, on the other hand, tricked Fang and told him she would kill him if he didn't tell her where Fun was. Soon after, Janzi came back and told them that Fun had gotten away to the border area. Fang couldn't believe what he was hearing because he thought Fun wouldn't harm him. Janzi told him, though, that Fun was a selfish thief who wasn't worthy of being called a brother. At the same time, Zoe called the captain and asked for help from the medical team to treat Fang's wounds because Zoe wouldn't let the criminal die before going to court because the hearing is so important for the case. The captain told Zoe over the phone to catch Fun before he left the city. Soon after, a police convoy and the medical team showed up to protect the area and help Fang. A unit of special troops was sent to the border at the same time by the commander. They were told to watch over the area and make sure no one got through without being checked. Not long after that, Fun ran out of gas and had to stop his trip. Fun had to walk on foot. Soon after, Zoe saw a car parked in the middle of the road. Once Zoe looked at it, she was sure that Fun was driving the car. Zoe finally chose to go where the footprints led her. Fun, on the other hand, was tired and had to take a break first. But Zoe caught up to Fun because of the long break. They both got into a fight right away in the middle of the snowy forest. They were fighting very hard until they both fell off a cliff. Fun, on the other hand, hurt Zoe and then went up to the police officer with the intent to kill him. When Zoe was cornered, he thought of Lee, who was hurt and in the hospital. Zoe had told Lee that he would catch Fun no matter what. Zoe got stronger from remembering these things, and he slammed Fun right away with the strength he still had. Fun was able to stand up and knock Zoe out for good this time. After that, Fun left and took a neighbor's car. When he tried to start the car, though, Zoe approached him again, and they fought again. A police car group stopped in the middle of the road at the same time. At that very moment, they saw a civilian laying on the ground and a car that had hit a tree. The people inside the car were Zoe and Fun, and both of them were asleep when they were checked out. When Ewan and the other police officers saw this, they took them to the hospital right away. After a month, Zoe was officially promoted, which was his biggest accomplishment. It had been 20 years since Zoe had done anything but be a police officer. Zoe took care of Fun and Fang until they were better so they could be punished according to the law, even though he had completed his task. As a result of Zoe's kindness, the two criminals finally admitted they were wrong and agreed to go to prison. Along with them, Janzi also admitted that he and they planned to kill Wang. At the end of the story, we see how Zoe got promoted. At the same time, Lee, who was hurt in the explosion, slowly started to wake up from his sleep. Please remember to subscribe to the channel if you liked this movie.